What's good, YouTube? This is MTS Finance back again with another video. I'm your host Supreme, and you already know we got some bangers for you today. You can look in the background, you already know it's cold outside. And you know once it's cold outside, we coming with these hot stocks, baby. You already know, hit the notification bell below, subscribe to the channel, never miss a video. You already know, hit that like button, become a part of the MTS family. Let's get right into it without further ado. Let's go. First one on the list, guys, is ticker symbol MP. This is called MP Materials, sitting in at 35.27 on the after hour trading, and they're based out of Nevada, and they're manufactured in rare earth materials that are used to make batteries for EVs, night vision goggles, and also cameras and telescopic lenses. So you know they have a very intricate role as far as mining these rare materials, and they are the only miners of rare earth materials on this side of the hemisphere, and they're based out of USA. And this is a major game changer because we already know that most of the rare earth materials have been manufactured by China for years, and they basically dominated in almost every single space that you can find. So for something that we have locally like this, and they actually get some of their rare earth materials, actually it's about 81% that they import to China, and it basically grew all the way up to 81%, guys. That is huge when it comes to mining of rare earth materials. And they basically have a partnership where they're getting funded by the government, and you know anything that the government is actually funded is going to be huge because they're never going to let it fail. They're going to keep on make sure that it's thriving, especially something that's based out of the USA and it's local. They're going to make sure that the infrastructure keeps going, the money keeps flowing, and the production keeps going. So they're going to keep the infrastructure going on this one. They're not going to let it go anytime soon. This is going to be a huge catalyst in the future. Just imagine, they're going to be mining the rare earth materials that most of these EV companies need. They definitely are setting themselves up for a major takeoff. And you already know, guys, once we actually get in on this one, we're basically going to ride this one all the way up to the moon, because we basically have like a strike price. And the strike price that we have, of course, we're going to think like the minorities. We're not going to think like the majorities. The majorities they're going to FOMO in. They're going to hop on the hottest stocks that they think that's hot, and they're basically just going to buy it at any price. You can't just buy it at any price. And basically, if you buy it at any price, you're basically just buying high, and most of the times you're going to be selling low. That's what the majority is basically going to do. We got to think like the minority. The minorities are basically going to wait for a strike price. And the strike price that we have for this one is basically like $35 and under. If you can get it under $35, that would be really good. But most likely you could DCA in this one, dollar cost average, and you could just build out your position over time. You want to make sure you have a really decent sizable position, preferably about 125 shares, and then you could basically just withhold that position. This is a long-term hold. This is a very long-term hold, especially for me. I would say this is about a 3 to 5 year hold, because the EV revolution has just begun. It's barely started. It's not even anywhere near to being completed yet. And once we actually get to that point where everything is set and the groundbreaking technology is at the forefront, we're gonna have a big turnaround for this company. It's basically gonna be one of the biggest runners as far as getting the rare earth materials from. And if they're importing all their stuff over to China, Just imagine how it's going to be when the EV sector is really ramping up. Like the cost of NIO and Tesla and Xpeng, companies like those that are building EVs, and a couple of other companies that are actually coming up on the rise. This is going to be huge, guys. So be lookout for this one. This one is MP Materials. Up next on the list, guys, is Apex Technology, ticker symbol APXT, and they're a cloud-based computing software company, and they're forming a merger via SPAC, or a special purpose acquisition company, and they're forming this merger with a company called AvePoint, which is the largest Microsoft 365 data management solution provider. That is going to be huge when it comes to the merger and all the events that they're actually having, because they're putting a lot of stuff behind closed doors together, and they're basically going to be coming out with a lot of announcements, because their merger is supposed to be happening sometime next month. So we're definitely looking forward towards that. That's going to be huge. It's going to be a whole lot of people that's going to be buying into this stock, and you definitely don't want to chase it. You want to make sure you catch it on the low end before it gets up to the high end, so you can maximize those profits. And one of the things is this merger is actually a $2 billion merger. This is a lot of money riding on the table, because these guys are betting big on this technology. And as far as betting big goes, they have a couple of things that they had to say about AvePoint. Now we're going to get right into it and see what they had to say. So, about AvePoint. AvePoint enables you to collaborate with confidence, or a data management solution help our diverse global customer base overcome complex transformation, governance, and compliance challenges in the Microsoft Cloud. A 5-time winner of the Global Microsoft Partner of the Year award, AvePoint offers the only full suite of SaaS solutions to migrate, manage, and protect data in Microsoft 365. Now that's gonna be really crazy as far as like data goes and cloud-based computing, because everything is basically going cloud computing these days. We've seen what the likes of Google is doing. We've seen what Microsoft is actually kicking off. A couple of other companies out there, even companies like Facebook was trying to get into the cloud computing. They have Amazon that has their cloud computing network. So this is something that's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it's going to get bigger over time. So we're going to be looking a whole lot more in depth as far as this goes, and this is a really good play to get into. You definitely want to make sure you stick and stay with this one. Put it on your watch list if you can't buy in, and just watch it. And as soon as you can get a chance, you just try to dollar cost average into it, preferably in the $14 range. If you can get in under $14 if it ever dips. But if it doesn't dip, you want to make sure you try to catch it somewhere between in the low 14s to like mid 15 range. That's somewhere where you definitely want to catch it at, because you don't want to wait too long and the stock goes shooting off and you trying to play catch up chasing this stock when it's at $19, $20 heading into $25. You definitely want to make sure that you catch it early before it actually gets too popular, and then it really starts running, and then it's basically a chase. You don't want to chase any stock. You want to get it on the low end and ride it all the way to the moon. Now when it comes to strike prices, guys, you want to make sure you get it on the lowest end that you could possibly get in at. Like right now it's at $16.49. You wanna try to get in on the lower end, preferably like in the $15.50 range, going back into closer to $14, $14.50, $14.90, somewhere around there. That would be a really great entry point, and you wanna dollar cost average your way into it from there. It's basically going off of your preference. However, if you want to buy in multiple times per week, it's really good to set up a certain strike price that you're looking forward to. Once you get to that strike price, you're averaging your way into it, so you could get the prices on the lower end, and it maximizes your profits going forward from there. Because we're looking at this stock riding all the way up to 20 and possibly 25 going to 30. So we're going to be looking a lot closer on this stock as it goes by into the upcoming weeks, going into this merger, and it's probably going to have a huge run up as it gets closer to the merger date. As always, all these other stocks, as soon as they have like a merger date and it's getting close to the merger date, it's going to have a run up, and then once it gets to the merger date, it's probably going to have a sell off and it's going to decline. So you want to make sure you're paying attention to that. And if you want to get into it, if it's a company that you really believe in and you really want to hold it long term, just wait for the dip. If you buy in and you see it dipping, don't panic, don't hurry up, jump and sell all your shares. Just space out your strike prices, and the more it dips, the more you scoop up some more, because there are going to be a lot of people that's going to want to jump in and take quick profits for a quick buck. But we're not going to be jumping out just like that. We're going to set our strike prices, and as soon as we get to the strike prices, we're going to be adding more shares to it, and over time it's going to really pay off. Because once you're long term in it and you believe in the company, it's going to get to that point where people are going to wish they could get it at 20, and they're going to wish they could get it at 25. And that's when you're going to be riding the wave all the way up to the moon. And as always, a lot of people are going to be chasing it, and you don't want to be one of those people. That's why you want to be securing your positions right now, so you get real comfortable and you just ride in the wave after that. Alright guys, so be sure to check out my Robinhood link and my Webull link below. I'm going to leave those in the description so you guys can go ahead and check those out. You can pick up some free stocks. You can basically get a free stock from Robinhood if you sign up using my link. Supports the channel, and you basically get a free stocks. Can't beat that. It's free money basically, and you getting free stock from Webull if you sign up, and you get an extra stock once you deposit $100 into it. And they had a promotion that it was ongoing all the way through last Christmas, coming down to New Year's. I'm not sure if that has actually ended, because they've extended it a couple of times. I'm not sure if they're actually extending it again, but if they do, I'll keep you guys updated. But you get one free stock just for signing up, and it's valid between $2 all the way up to $250. And you can get a second free stock by depositing $100 into it, and you deposit that and you get another stock that's valued all the way up to $1,600. I've heard people got shares of Microsoft. People have gotten shares of Google, Alphabet, and that's like a $1,700 stock. So you definitely can't go wrong with free money. It's almost like scratching off a lottery ticket that you've already won. You already know that you're gonna get something, but you just don't know what, because it's a random generated stock. So as always guys, be sure to hit the notification bell below, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, let me know what's going on in the comments, and we'll catch you on the next one. Of course, it's your boy Supreme. This is MTS Finance. Let's get to it. Take care guys. I love y'all.